Hi everyone! Today I want to film, let's see if I can hold it up. Today I want to film a empties video. I have a ton of empties here today to go through. I think it's mainly from the Scoops and Clams week and then a little bit from Risky week. So yeah, actually I think that is pretty much what everything is. I have my empties bags clumped together here, but I think what I want to start with is the Scoops. Then we'll go into the Clams, then we'll go into the empty bags, then I have just a few random stuff at the end, not wax related, just like lotions and stuff like that. But yes, let's just start off with the Scoops. So the first one I want to start off with was a little sample. This is from Body's Harmony. This was like a little extra, I don't know, it wasn't an extra day, but just a little extra in the Winter Wonderland Advent that they had this year. I loved this so much. It was Sugar Cookie Royale, Pumpkin Sugar Donut, Sugar Cookie Dough. This smelled phenomenal. I loved it so much. I would actually say the Pumpkin Donut was, to me, the strongest note in here, but it just had some extra like buttery cookie scent in the background. Like, it was really good. I loved it. I would definitely look out for this again next year, or potentially when they do customs, I would potentially request this as a custom. I loved it and it threw amazing. It lasted a long time. Really great. I have a Zeep Scoop in Fall Eats, and this says pumpkin waffles, espresso, whipped cream, crushed pecans. So this one I did enjoy. Zeep Scoopable, I'm kind of like, I'm not in love with the formula. It's just too messy. It's kind of like Vaseline. Zeep's Scoopable formula is just a little different for me. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't think in the future I would purchase Zeep Scoopables again. I highly prefer like L3's Kathy Scoopable, Body's Harmony Scoopable. I like that a little bit firmer Scoopable formula rather than a really sticky Vaseline-like formula. But I will say this one performed really well. To me, it was basically just a pumpkin pecan blend. I can't really say that I smelled any like coffee with it, but it was definitely pumpkin pecan waffle. So I did enjoy this one while I warmed it. This one is blueberry muffin. It says, okay, sometimes they have the scent notes on the side. Sometimes it's just directions there. See, this one had the scent notes. But this one was okay. I'm not sure what quite happened to it. It really got discolored. Not that that affects the Scoopable. It just, you know, doesn't look as pretty. It was good. Is it like a really unique blueberry muffin scent? No. I used this Scoopable along with other like blueberry muffin scents the day I would be warming this. I liked it. I don't think this is something I would like need to jump to buy again. But I enjoyed it while I warmed it. I have, let's see, I have a Scoopable from L3. Actually, I think the rest of them are from L3. This is Fruit Loops White Elephant Exchange. This was amazing. I loved it. It was like a really great, creamy, sweet cereal blend. It was so good, so strong. I mean, this filled up my entire apartment. Granted, I did put it in all my warmers in my living room and kitchen area, but it was phenomenal, threw amazing for a really long time. I mean, I loved it. And I'm not like huge into cereal blends. I feel like I don't reach for them very often. I really think the White Elephant Exchange added just an extra creaminess to it that really made me enjoy it. I would repurchase that again. This is Boomstick. At first, I keep reading this because this came out in the fall and it is kind of a fall scent, thinking, is it supposed to be broomstick? But it says Boomstick. This is okay. So when did I get this? I got this in September. I like it on cold. It's okay. But I will say it really comes out on warm. It really transforms, and I really did end up loving it on warm. But I know when I smell it on cold, I'm kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's a good cinnamon kind of donut scent. That's kind of what I smell the most. Not super spicy. It says pumpkin spice. Sometimes L3 pumpkin spice blends can be too spicy. Wasn't overly spicy at all. I would say it was definitely cinnamon sugar glazed donuts heavy. That's what I smelled, number one. I enjoyed it. It was a good thrower. Would I jump to buy it again? I mean, not immediately, but if I saw it again next fall, maybe I would get it. Not necessarily in a scoopable form, but maybe a smaller quantity, like a puppy pack or buns or fluted tarts or something like that. But overall, I enjoyed that. We have blueberry zucchini bread white elephant exchange. This was so good. This is something that I would definitely reach for to grab or repurchase over than just like a plain blueberry muffin blend. Don't get me wrong, it was really good, but it just wasn't super unique, whereas this one was really good. I loved the blueberry zucchini bread. It actually came off more like blueberry muffin actually, with a little bit of that extra creaminess from the white elephant exchange. It was really good. I loved it. I think these both were in my blue weeks. Like I said, this one definitely I would reach for and consider rebuying over just a blueberry muffin blend. This one is pumpkin pecan waffles, cake batter, sugar cookie dough. Amazing. I loved it. Number one smelled like pumpkin pecan waffles. I think there was an extra like decadent bakery component to it, but if I didn't know what the other bakery component to it was, I would just assume pumpkin pecan waffle blend. It was amazing. I would repurchase this in a heartbeat. I would repurchase any of L3's pumpkin pecan bakery blends, to be honest though. Like, they all smell amazing. And if you love pumpkin pecan waffle, like, you can't go wrong with any pumpkin pecan waffle blend. So those were my scoops. Not too bad. 6 full-size scoops and 1 sample scoop. All right, let's go on to the clams. The first one I'll do, and this is the only one from this vendor, is Kiss the Girl. This is from Witt Wax. This was actually from the subscription that I subscribed to in July. It was the Little Mermaid theme. This was candied Honeycrisp apple, tart lime juice, sweet basil, English cucumber, and flaky sea salt. You know, this was actually really beautiful. I feel like every time I warm one of these scents, I'm like, you know what? It was a great performer. It was good. Why don't I want to repurchase? I guess it's just, I don't know. It's just not something that I would immediately think to repurchase. They're on Etsy. She has a sticker shop called Cricket Paper Co., which is a standalone shop, but her wax, I think, is just on Etsy. It says 2 ounces. I think it's like $4.75, so it is a little bit pricier. I feel like that's maybe part of my reservation to want to go back and repurchase. I don't know. But overall, I mean, no complaints with the actual wax. It did really well. It was very strong through all day long. I did this one in the bathroom and it was really good. I even would go to say this was probably my favorite of the ones that came in the subscription, which I think it was 7 or 8 cents. So overall, enjoyed this one. I did Mainstays Vanilla Wax Cubes. I've actually had this one before. My friend got this for me as part of a Christmas present with all those other Vanilla Cookie Crunch scents. But yeah, this was really good. I mean, just a solid vanilla bakery scent. I really enjoyed it, long lasting. It's just slightly like Play-Doh-y in the clam, but that doesn't come off when you warm it, and it actually is a really decadent vanilla bakery scent, so I really enjoyed that. We had ScentSationals iced lemon sugar cookies. This was a really good bakery scent, very strong lemon bakery. This is another one where I did it in my bathroom and it pretty much lasted all day long. Every time I would walk in the bathroom, I'd be like, wow, this is a good strong lemon scent. And yeah, I mean, it was really good. I would walk in like after a few hours and think, oh, should I change it? But still strong. So I think this went all day long. So really good. Overall, I'm not like the hugest fan of lemon bakery. I'm much more a lemon clean, fresh scent person. Lemon laundry, kind of a tart lemon, just, I don't know. I love bakery, but I'm more blueberry bakery, strawberry bakery. But overall, I did enjoy. Okay, I want to talk about these two together. So they're both Better Homes and Gardens. This one's Vanilla and Cookie Crunch, and this one's Vanilla Cookie Crunch. Are they the same thing? Let me know what you guys think. I know after reading comments, and even my friend said this because she found this one and thought it was the same thing at first, but she was looking up comments when she was in the store, and I think people said like they didn't smell the same. This one seemed a lot lighter. So my thoughts were, I definitely prefer this Better or what is it called, value pack of the Better Homes and Garden vanilla and cookie crunch. I feel like this one was a little bit stronger. Overall, I think they are the same scent, but for some reason this one just smelled a little bit lighter. I don't know why that would be. Both lighter on cold and lighter on warm. But overall, I mean, they were really good. If you can't find this one, I say why not grab this one and give it a try. But yeah, it just seems weird that it's like different packaging, different picture, slightly different name. But I think overall it's supposed to maybe be the same thing. I just hope they don't get rid of this original one because this one is amazing. The only thing I will say, and I'll include a picture of my warmers, it was really weird. It like separated in the warmer. There were these weird like brown splotches in the warmer, and it did kind of stain, like especially my tea light warmers, it kind of left like this stain along the edges that I kind of had to scrub off. I have like a Mr. Clean magic eraser, but you can also use, I think, like rubbing alcohol or soap and water, and it did stain pretty bad. I think it has something to do with like vanilla scent oils, but it was so weird. I've never seen a scent or like a wax cube separate into these like little black ball looking thing. It was weird. I'll include a picture, but overall, I mean, it doesn't affect the wax. The throw was really good for this one. So I have Better Homes and Gardens brownie and pecan pie. Overall, I mean, it was really good. I don't think it was a super artificial chocolate at all, considering half of it says brownie. In fact, I don't feel like the brownie was like that standoutish. I think it was way more a pecan pie heavy scent. So if you don't like chocolate and wax, or you're scared of chocolate, or you don't like that Tootsie Roll scent, I say still give this one a try if you are curious about the pecan pie aspect of it. But yeah, overall pretty good. Pretty good performer and lasted a long time. The Better Homes and Gardens is, I mean, I think it's really good. This one is another Better Homes and Gardens line dried linen. Oh my gosh, this was amazing. Super strong, long lasting. I mean, seriously, all day long. And like so strong, it like hits you in the face. I spread this out in all my warmers in my living room, and I probably didn't need to do that. If I had this on one warmer, it would have been very strong on its own. It was amazing. I mean, if I ever was in Walmart again, like looking at the different waxes and stuff, this would immediately go in my cart. It was really good. I loved it. And I always say this, whenever I warm a laundry, I always think, why don't I warm them more often? Because I really love them, but I just don't immediately gravitate towards picking them out of my collection for some reason. Okay, I have a few super tart clams. This one is Felicity, so this was a coffee blend. It was just okay. I don't know. I remember thinking the coffee blends that I got in my haul, I remember thinking really did smell a lot like plastic or just like plain old wax with no scent to it on cold. I will say a lot of them did end up transforming on warm. But this still didn't like completely wow me. Maybe because it's just coffee, cake batter, cornbread. I don't know. It was like a light coffee blend. I almost feel like the cornbread and cake batter kind of almost watered it down a little bit. But it was a lot better than what I thought it would be, considering it just kind of smelled like plastic and unscented wax on cold. So, I mean, overall okay. Definitely not a favorite, but it was okay. This one's another coffee blend, Corpsman Morning Monster. I'm trying to remember, what color is this? This is purple. Okay, I was trying to think if this I did in the blue theme, but this must have just been clam. This was definitely, okay, now it's coming back to me. The coffee blend that I loved the most from Super Tarts was called Family Matters, and that must have been in a Wax Melt Empty, probably like my one before this one. Family Matters, I definitely buy again. That was an amazing blend. And I feel like because I did that one first and these ones after it, these ones felt like a little bit of a letdown, but they were still good coffee blends. I just loved the Family Matters one more. Number one was Family Matters, then this Corpsman Morning Monster, then Felicity would probably be the order of my favorite to least favorite. Yeah, this was overall okay. not as coffee forward as I thought the Felicity, or sorry, not Felicity, as the Family Matters one was, but overall, like, you know, it was okay. I enjoyed it while I warmed it, but not like I need to have it again. This one is Red Nosed Reindeer Cranberry Cobbler Cornbread. I really enjoyed this one. I liked the cornbread aspect. I liked the cranberry cobbler. I feel like that was a little bit more unique. I feel like I don't see cranberry bakery blends as often. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely consider repurchasing this again if I saw this. Then I have a handful of Bathing Garden clams. This first one is Brain Freeze. This one is a chili scent that blends frozen menthol, icy peppermint, and hints of vanilla and marshmallow. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, I thought this was really good. I don't always love these like menthol-y, like I was a little scared that it was gonna lean a little bit too like Vicks Vapor Rub kind of a scent, but it was really good, and I would say it was like a solid medium throw. My like theory with Bathing Garden is if I do it just on bulb and element warmers, it's light. If I do it on bulb and element warmers along with like 2 tea light warmers going, I get more of a medium throw. But if you're just going to do it on bulb and element, they usually end up being a little bit lighter. So I always do Bathing Garden either solely on tea lights or on tea lights with other warmers throughout my living room. Overall though, really enjoyed, and I would consider repurchasing this one again next year. Let's see. I have Huckleberry Smash Pop. I've been hoarding this one. It's funny, I could have either done this in the clamshell week or this week's favorite week, but I ended up doing it in the clamshell week. This is Bursting Huckleberries blend with hints of vanilla ice cream, blueberry sugar, and strawberry candy. I mean, I really enjoyed this one. Again, this is what I'm gonna say, and I feel like this is probably just how Bathing Garden performs for me. It's light to medium performer, but for me, it's so pretty. It brings me so much joy. I can smell it, like, don't get me wrong, it's up to like medium performer for me, and still I'll take that. I mean, there are scents where I can't smell anything, right? And that's not worth it. I still smell the Bathing Garden. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's so unique. I love the decoration. It's beautiful. That to me, it's so worth it to continue to buy because it just like, I just love looking at it. I love it. The scents are unique, but just know like Bathing Garden is a little bit like light to medium. Although I just started purchasing Bathing Garden in the fall, I have heard that sometimes Bathing Garden does better if you let it cure for like a really long time, like a year. So who knows, maybe with time as I collect up my Bathing Garden collection, maybe it'll do better if I let it sit even longer. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I have even heard that people purchase like winter collection to hold on to for the following winter. Bathing Garden releases their collection just a little bit late for the season. Like they released their Valentine's collection early January, but it takes 3 weeks for you to actually get it. And by the time you get it, you probably want to cure it and it just might not be ready for, say, Valentine's Day. Or for the Christmas collection, it released like, gosh, now I can't remember if it was like late October or early November. I did get it before Christmas, but it was still kind of that borderline time where like I would still like to let it cure a little bit longer, and then Christmas season kind of comes and goes. So I might consider doing that, like purchasing it and then maybe hanging on till the next season or just warming it a few months later. I mean, it doesn't really bother me, even though it's part of a winter collection or a Valentine's Day collection. It's not necessarily scents that are solely for that season. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't just go on a long tangent there, but this one's fall into sweater weather. This is juniper berries, eucalyptus blend with fresh fallen leaves, hint of woods, and wisps of frosty spearmint. I mean, I didn't get any spearmint at all. This was a super strong and long-lasting scent. And actually, out of all the Bathing Garden scents that I warmed, I would say not even on tea light, like just on element and bulb warmers, this was a strong performer. I don't think, and it doesn't say sweater weather like Bath and Body Works dupe, but I'm just saying it didn't read like the sweater weather scent from Bath and Body Works, but it was still really good and strong, and I really ended up enjoying this a lot the more I warmed it. So I'd definitely consider getting this again next fall season. But just if you get it thinking it's a sweater weather dupe, it's not entirely. So okay, this next one is called Jack. This is from the Halloween collection. This is icy peppermint blends with apple cinnamon snickerdoodles. And there's a little, I actually have a little jar of the actual little like trinkets that come with like embedded in the Bathing Garden clams. These ones are just paper, so I don't think I'll end up keeping them, but sometimes they're little beads or little gemstones or whatever that I just think they're cute, and I'm just gonna collect them in a little jar. But yeah, overall I liked this one. Icy peppermint. I mean, the peppermint definitely was stronger on cold, and then on warm I feel like the apples and the apple cinnamon snickerdoodle came out more. Overall, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's not like something I think I would necessarily crave to get again, but if I saw it next fall, I mean, maybe I would throw it in the order. I don't know. It was okay. I enjoyed it while I warmed it. And then the last one I have is Belle Mortei, which I think I got as a freebie clam in one of my orders. This is black fruits are blended with creamy vanilla notes and hints of ozone and cream and crisp greens, inspired by You Snap the Whip by Lush, which I'm not familiar with that scent. This was somewhat light on cold. I really didn't smell it too much in the clam. Like I mentioned, the Bathing Garden does best, I think, when you do it on a tea light warmer. I think it needs that extra like heat to really make the scent notes come out a little bit more. But I will say I think it came out stronger on warm. The fruits kind of came out more. There was definitely a sweetness in the air. Overall, it was light on like Element and Bulb, medium on tea light. Okay, let's go into my little bundle of wax melts from these like Polypro bags. So I kind of grouped them like I always do by vendor. So let's go through Birdies Making Sense first. I totally like, you know, you grab your basket for the week and then you start thinking like, oh, I should have included this, or why didn't I include this, or should I pull this too? So I ended up pulling in a lot of Birdies Making Sense to my risky week, only because of the birdies that I've warmed so far. I noticed the performance wasn't super great for me personally. I know a lot of people love Birdies Making Sense. It's almost like the Bathing Garden, where it's like works of art. It's so beautiful. She spends so much time and effort like creating the beautiful wax melt shapes. Like I know she spends a lot of time and effort on it, and I appreciate how like beautiful everything is and how realistic everything is. But just for me, I wasn't sure, just because of the first couple things I warmed, performance wasn't great. So I thought, let me do a lot of birdies this week too to kind of test it out. And I will say I am pleasantly surprised with a lot of the melts that I did end up warming this week. So there was a handful, let's see, yeah. There was a handful that I ended up kind of mixing and matching in warmers, just because like some of this stuff just wasn't big enough to spread out throughout my whole apartment. And if I just did one thing alone, I don't think I would have smelled it. I think it would have gotten lost in my living room area. So I can't really speak to these scents on their own, but as blends kind of mixed together, it was really strong. A really nice kind of bakery, cinnamony, coffee, basically kind of morning bakery blend is what it ended up kind of turning into. So I mixed a mishmash, not all together, but just different warming sessions of this one, which is I'm Sticky. I'll just kind of hold them up really quick. Mind Your Biscuits. So some were from just the purchase that I made from Etsy. Some were from that Thanksgiving sampler. This is Pumpkin Pecan Waffle French Baguette Bear Claws. This one is Customer Blend created by Michelle, Pumpkin Pecan Waffle Pumpkin Spice Latte Espresso. And this one is I'm Toast Espresso Latte Glazed Cinnamon Donut Sweet Bakery Dough. So overall, I mean, they were all kind of similar scent families, I would say. So they all mashed together really well. And overall I did get a pretty throw for the morning. I'd say it was like medium to strong, but not like overly long lasting for me. But I am happy that I was able to actually smell it, because the first couple things I just felt like I couldn't smell it all, but those ones did pretty well for me. This one is Muffin Can Stop You Blueberry Muffin Zucchini Bread. This was so hard to cut into because it was so cute, and even when you cut into it, it looked like there were blueberry muffins mixed in it. It was crazy. This smelled really good on cold. To be completely honest, the throw wasn't super great for me, but I don't know. I love these scent notes. I don't know. It was so cute, but just this one, for whatever reason, didn't perform super great for me. This one is Salted Caramel Apple Fritter. This was pretty good. I did this in my office. I kind of realized, so either you have to blend a ton of stuff together and then you can kind of get it to smell throughout the more of an open concept room, or Birdies Making Sense is kind of like Teddy Bees for me, which makes sense because they're similar wax formulas in the sense that they're both kind of softer. You don't have to microwave to warm. Where it does better in bigger quantities in a small room. So this Birdies Making Sense also did pretty good for me when I did it in my office throughout my like 5 different warmers in my office in larger quantity. Like I would put more wax in the warmer. Then I got a pretty good throw from it. So yeah, overall this one was pretty good. The Salted Caramel Apple Fritter. It wasn't like my favorite scent, but it did pretty good on warm, and you know, overall it was okay. This one is Let's Paw-ty. This is Strawberry Pound Cake Cotton Candy Hint of Marshmallow Fluff. Oddly enough, I feel like the cotton candy was like super strong in this one, like a really good performer. I didn't get a ton of the strawberry pound cake, maybe marshmallow fluff, but the cotton candy, because I smelled the sweetness in the air. And actually it lasted a really long time. But I will say, you can kind of see like the coloring of this one. It was a cute like kind of sweater patterned puppy face. I will say, that light pink is really dangerous. It stains warmers really bad. And it's not just Birdies Making Sense. Any light pink from vendors, I feel like even though it's so pretty, light pink tends to stain really bad. I have my like Happy Wax silicone dishes and it stained those like really bad. I don't really care because it's just wax and you just fill it with more wax. Like it doesn't really bother me too much. But with the Happy Wax silicone, like it's not like you can get the stain out as you can with more like ceramic or glass dishes. So just be aware in case you don't like staining. This one is Never Stop Dreaming Pumpkin Pecan Waffle Pretzel Zucchini Bread. When I smelled this on cold, it wasn't my favorite. In fact, I was kind of like I love pumpkin pecan waffle usually in zucchini bread, but I just don't smell it that much. And I was thinking maybe the pretzel note is overweighing that, because pretzel's not my favorite scent note. But I was hoping the pumpkin pecan waffle and zucchini bread would come out more. I will say this pleasantly surprised me on warm. It did really well. I feel like I did get more of the pumpkin pecan and zucchini bread on warm. And this one was pretty long lasting and did really well in my office warmers. So overall, I enjoyed this one. And then this one is called Please Try to Ramen Calm Strawberry White Cake, Pink Frosted Cake, and Animal Cracker. This one was really good. I enjoyed this. Again, once I started realizing Birdies Making Sense does better in my office, I started doing more of her scents in my office and I felt like I was getting better performance. So definitely if you're trying out a vendor, it's not doing super well for you, just try switching up the warmers, switching up the rims, and it might work a little bit better. The next bundle I will do here is, I guess kind of a mishmash of vendors that I don't have a ton of empties from, and then we'll finish with L3. This one was Body's Harmony Paranormal Activity Lavender Marshmallow Pink Sugar Cupcakes at Tiffany's. I remember thinking this was so weird a little bit. This was in my risky week because I thought the lavender and cupcake on Tiffany was like, something was meshing weird on cold and I didn't really like the smell. It was so good on warm. You definitely did get the lavender strongest on cold, I think, but the cupcakes at Tiffany's ended up coming out really strong on warm because I did get a little bit of that like toffee chocolatey kind of a scent on warm. And I really liked it. This was super strong. I did this in my bathroom because it wasn't a huge shape. I think it was a little like cute happy ghost. so strong. Body's Harmony does really well for me in general. I really like Body's Harmony. I don't hear too many people talking about Body's Harmony in general. I guess the only downside is that their scents are usually in really small quantities. So if you like a scent or something sounds really good to you, I would suggest buying like multiples of it because it's like really small quantities. This is sort of what my plan is in the future, is if I really like something, like especially like this Cookies and More, just, you know, keep that in mind and maybe just request it if you see her doing customs. But yeah, overall, I mean, I've always been pretty happy with Body's Harmony. This one is Broadway Wax Amazing Baby Bliss. I was so scared of this because of the baby powder. I've had scents where they are just too powdery. I don't like them. This had me very pleasantly surprised. I liked it so much. It was so strong. I mean, lasted days in the warmer. It was beautiful. I don't think the baby powder was overpowering at all. I think the Amazing Grace and the Goji Berry Bliss must have come out stronger on warm. I mean, it was beautiful. It was like kind of a perfumey, maybe even a little bit floral. It was just beautiful. I can't imagine doing this anywhere but the bathroom, but I mean, it was so strong. It was leaking out of the bathroom into the bedrooms, or if I did it in our bathroom, that's kind of right by our kitchen area, right when you walk into our apartment. I mean, I smelled it. It definitely leaked out of both bathrooms. Very strong, beautiful, surprised me so much. It was amazing. I have a few Teddy Bees that I included in my Risky Week because I really wanted to see if I could experiment more with it, to see if I could formulate more of an opinion on it, because her pre-sale is open this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna still be up when I upload this, but I'm filming this on Sunday and it's still open, I think, till Monday, unless she reaches her tat limit. But yeah, so I kind of sneaked this with the Birdies making sense, but overall, Teddy Bees to me does best in a small room with a lot of warmers, with the warmers like filled. So I tried doing Teddy Bees spread out in my living room, kind of open concept area. I didn't smell anything. I think the scent got lost. I'm not sure. Because when I had to spread it out, a whole souffle in my living room, obviously you're only putting a small little piece of wax in each warmer, which it's interesting because I've heard Teddy Bees does really good with small quantities, but for me, I'm finding the opposite, that it does way better with larger quantities in warmers in a smaller room. So I did that with these and I was really pleasantly surprised. They ended up being really long lasting. I would say still a solid medium. I don't think anything was like hit you in the face strong, but I am happy with the results, and I did end up placing an order with Teddy Bees. I just ended up doing a ton of souffles to just try out more scents. Especially because now I'm pretty much only gonna do Teddy Bees in my office, like when I'm sitting here throughout the day. So in that sense, I'm like, do I really need like loaves or like tubs of something that I'm just gonna do like in one area of my apartment? So this first one was Winter Farmhouse. This definitely screamed like a winter scent, just like it said. It didn't scream Christmas to me, but definitely screamed winter. It was like an outdoorsy scent. I don't think I noticed her Palo Santo too much. I also didn't really notice the mint or like the floral on warm, but it was definitely like that teak wood and blue spruce, I think, the most. Overall, it was okay. Definitely not a favorite, but I enjoyed it while I warmed it. I'm just glad that I was able to figure out a way to like smell the scent, but that one's not a favorite, not a repurchase. This one is Everything Nice. I really enjoyed this. Lavender was probably like number one, and then slight bakery in the background. To be honest, I don't think I would be able to pinpoint that it was cupcakes at Tiffany's or strawberry pound cake if I didn't know. It just smelled like lavender with a little bit of bakery. It was gentle but very pretty in the office, like at nighttime. That's kind of when I warmed it. I really enjoyed it. I think after a few hours, the lavender died down and I got the bakery a little bit more, but still I would say like I smelled the lavender #1 for most of the time I warmed it, but I enjoyed that. And to be honest, I think I would consider maybe getting that in a souffle again if I saw it again. This one's Witches Be Crazy for blueberries. It's funny, to me, I felt like it was just a very subdued pumpkin pecan waffle. I really didn't get much blueberry scent, but it's funny because a lot of people said the opposite, where they pretty much just got blueberry and no pumpkin pecan waffle. So it's funny how, you know, different noses smell different things. I did enjoy this. Overall, I still agree with kind of how I thought on cold. It was mainly just a gentle pumpkin pecan waffle blend, but I did enjoy it because I love pumpkin pecan waffle. Teddy Bees to me is a solid light to medium, but it's very long lasting. Like every time I would walk out of the room, think, maybe I'll change it in the afternoon, and I'd come back, I still smelled it. It still lingered, the scent. It just wasn't like hit you in the face strong. But yeah, so overall, I mean, even though I personally have to use a big amount, it doesn't feel like a waste because I don't just change it after a few hours. It goes all day long, so. And then the last one is Cookies for Santa, which I guess I should have done this one first because this is the one where I realized like, okay, I need to change it up. Something's not working for me. I did this in kind of my open concept kitchen living room area. I mean, I smelled it for like 1 second. I did a few chunks on a tea light and then the rest were spread out throughout my bulb and element warmers. I thought I smelled it for like a minute and then that was it. Like I didn't smell it at all anymore. You know, I was happy the milk didn't smell like sour or anything when you warmed it. Not like my favorite, nothing like stand out-ish when you smell it on cold, but I don't know. I just think it got lost in my living room and I just didn't smell it. So overall, I feel like I didn't enjoy this one, but at the same time, maybe I would repurchase this again just to try it in my office to see if I can like actually smell it a bit more. I don't know, we'll see. All right, again, with all my Wax Melt Empties videos, I had to take my quick like leg stretch break. My leg was starting to fall asleep again. But anyway, okay, let's move on. So that was all my Teddy Bees. Now let's move on to, I have one from Soul's Inspiration. This is called Dreamboat Palo Santo Cedarwood Toasted Mallow. So this was definitely my risky week. Her Palo Santo, I don't think is like, I don't know. I don't think it's too like woodsy or smoky or anything. I definitely think hers leans more cologne-like. But what I wasn't sure about was the cedar wood in it. I think that made it turn a little bit more tree-like, which isn't my preference. Overall, I mean, this was okay. I did this in the bathroom. It was long-lasting. It was a good performer, but it wasn't my like scent preference, so it was okay. I have a few Lurid Apothecary. This one is Hoodies and Chill Let Them Eat Cake Vanilla Bean Blue Sugar. I included this in my risky only because at the time I purchased this, I thought it was going to be more bakery heavy. I didn't realize Let Them Eat Cake was like a perfume type. So, you know, it was good. Lurid Apothecary, it's always something. I still need to formulate an opinion on Lurid. Her wax is gorgeous. It creates the most beautiful wax pools. And this is another vendor that to me is a light to medium performer. So I just feel like I need to formulate more of an opinion, but like, you know, this was good. I enjoyed it while I warmed it. Yeah, the scent just wasn't my favorite. I don't think I'd like gravitate towards repurchasing that one, but I enjoyed it more than I thought I would based off of like buying something that I didn't realize that was what it was gonna smell like, but it was okay. This one is Ice Cream Dreams Palo Santo Ice Cream Scoop Bread Blue Sugar. This one, again, was in my risky because of the Palo Santo. I definitely smelled the Palo Santo when I warmed this, but every now and again I would get whiffs of bakery, which I guess maybe would be the ice cream scoop bread. I'm not really sure what that is, what that's supposed to be, but I'm just assuming like a bakery scent note. Blue sugar, not so much, unless the blue sugar was just meshing well with the Palo Santo. It was okay. Would I get it again? Probably not, but I didn't like hate it while I warmed it. This one's Jingle Bell Rock. This was a Lurid brick because it's in a bigger bag, as you can see from the Snappy bar. This is Sweet Candy Cane Peppermint Fluff Peppermint Twist. It's just funny with those scent notes because it really like wasn't sweet to me. It was this one was a really strong throw, and actually my husband really enjoyed this, but it wasn't the peppermint that I liked, so he must like kind of that peppermint leaf, herbally peppermint a little bit more, whereas I prefer more of a sweet peppermint, creamy peppermint, which you think it would be because it says sweet candy cane peppermint fluff, but it just wasn't like, it was just herbally peppermint to me. But like I said, very strong, so this one was a good performer. And then I have a few Southbound bakery bags. Again, they're in polypro bags because I repackaged my bakery bags. The first one is Strawberry Pound Cake Lavender Frosting. This one was in my risky week only because I thought the blend was a little bit strange. You got a little of the Strawberry Pound Cake on cold, but overall on warm, it was totally lavender heavy. I guess because of the Strawberry Pound Cake, I would definitely say sweet lavender heavy, but I would never be able to pinpoint that this was Strawberry Pound Cake lavender. It just smelled like a really sweet, nice lavender blend. I really enjoyed it, and I would consider purchasing this again. I loved the sweet lavender. That one I ended up doing at nighttime just because of the lavender. It felt relaxing. Good throw, long lasting. And then the next two pretty much go like hand in hand. So one's pink peppermint, then one's pink peppermint birthday. This was in here because of the same reason that the Lurid Apothecary Jingle Bell Rock was in here. It just wasn't my scent preference of peppermint. It was definitely leaning like herbal peppermint leaf to me. It wasn't sweet. I didn't really enjoy it. Very strong thrower. It just, again, like, it just wasn't my scent preference. If I had to pick between the two, obviously I would do the peppermint birthday, but even that, I like barely smelled a bakery component. The peppermint was really strong. All right, wrapping up with L3 Waxy Wonders. I have this sample in Buttermint Pink Sugar Crystals. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I had a comment that said Pink Sugar Crystals was pink sugar and pink chiffon, I believe. This is a really beautiful blend. I loved it on cold, and I actually think I have full sizes of this, so I'm curious when I warm that, just because I think this little sample just got a little bit too lost in my warmer. You know, it's so hard to tell with samples because they're so small that it doesn't really fill up a room. But it is really beautiful. It definitely leans very like body care heavy to me. I don't think I get much of the buttermint, at least not, I can't tell from that little sample, but overall I think I will really enjoy this blend. I just need to experiment with larger quantity than just a little sample. I think the reason I didn't do the actual larger quantity was maybe because I had gotten that more recently and I was letting it cure. I'm not sure why I just did the sample. The next one was the whole cookie jar therapy. I don't know. It really wasn't memorable. I didn't really care for it on cold. I didn't really notice it much on warm. This one's Cookie Crack White Elephant Exchange. Kind of same with the whole cookie jar therapy. Just wasn't memorable to me. I don't think I love her cookie crack. And I also don't like, I'm not in love with the cookie therapy as much as I thought I would be. This one is VHS tapes, which, oh, that's right. I didn't actually finish this, but I'll talk about it a little bit together. I did VHS tapes in Risky Week because it's not my favorite on cold, but I mixed it with peanut butter grape jelly. The reason this one's not in here is because there's still one piece left. I did these two together. Some I mixed in the warmer, some I did like every other, like I did VHS tapes and then this peanut butter grape jelly and other warmers. Let me tell you, I didn't smell this at all. That was my bad. The peanut butter grape jelly totally overpowered this, so I really can't give this one much of an opinion because this one was just so strong. I couldn't smell this at all. And let me tell you, out of this blend, I got no peanut butter. It was purely grape jelly. I really liked it. I thought it was really good, but just that grape jelly note was so overpowering. So I don't know. I can't give much of an opinion on this one. It really got lost when I blended it with that other mix. But on cold, I mean, it's definitely not a favorite. I can't picture myself repurchasing that one. I did Frostbite. This is Sparkling Berries and Peppermint. This smelled like a bubbly fruit water to me, mixed with like a little bit of a chill in the air mint scent. It was really interesting. It wasn't my favorite, but it was super, super strong. I got the peppermint right away initially because I kind of smelled that like chillness from the peppermint, but on warm, after like even just a few minutes, I feel like the sparkling berries really came through and it was really strong. I did this all throughout my living room and it was like blew me out of the house strong. Then I have Sugar Cookie Royale Zucchini Bread Mallow Fireside Sugar Milk. This was in my risky week because the sugar milk smelled really gross on cold, but oh my gosh, did I like this on warm. So I think this is my thing. I don't like sugar milk on cold, but on warm, I love it. Or at least it doesn't bother my nose. So, I mean, I would totally consider repurchasing this or finding something similar to this. It was really good. I really ended up loving this. This is one of those things where I would come into the room and just like, oh, it made me hungry. It was like a decadent bakery, like sugar cookie, sweet scent. I don't know. It was really good. And then my last two, which are loaves that I finished up. One was Today is October 3rd and one is Cookie Therapy. I'm not crazy about either one. At times I blended these two together. At times I think I did Today is October 3rd. Again, I didn't actually finish Sleepy Hollow, but I did end up kind of mix and matching like these three things. Today is October 3rd is really strong. The Palo Santo is so strong. I can't even say I get any Sugar Cookie Royale. Like it's just so strong on the Palo Santo, and that's just not my scent preference. It's just not my favorite. It is such a good performer, so long lasting, but it's just not my favorite. And then Cookie Therapy, just come to realize this is okay. It says Cookie Therapy. I wish it was so much stronger on like the bakery note. I don't know why. It's kind of the same with Rose Girl's Her Cookie Land, where it's mixed with a pretzel note, which it's just not my... Cookie Therapy isn't my favorite. Cookie Land, I do actually really like that one. That one is much more heavy on the bakery. This one just, it's okay. I feel like with a name like Cookie Therapy, I just thought it would be like such a decadent bakery cookie goodness, but it's just, honestly, it's not even that sweet to me. This would be a good blend if you're like you're not a super bakery lover. This would be a good blend, but I mean, for me, it was just, it's okay. I wouldn't like gravitate towards buying that again. Maybe if it was, you know, Strawberry Pound Cake Cookie Therapy blend, like maybe I would consider it as a blend, but not my favorite. All right, then finishing off with the Wax Melt Empties, I just have two extras that don't have anything to do with wax melts. The first is a Bath & Body Works lotion in Pretty as a Peach. This was really good. I mean, I love Bath & Body Works lotions. I love how they like soak into the skin. I don't think they're like overly like oily where you feel like your hands are slippery for like an hour after you put it on. Like, I really enjoy it. My favorite is the 24-hour Ultra Shea body cream. I like them in the squeeze tube better than like the bottle that comes in the same shape as their like body gels, body washes. I love it. No complaints. I mean, Bath & Body Works is something where like I'll just get whatever scent I see in the store. I don't really care. There's nothing that I feel like okay, I absolutely need to have and hoard. Like, this was good, but do I need to get this exact same one next time I go to Bath & Body Works? Like, no. I'll just grab whatever smells good to me at that time. And then this is Renewed Hope in a Jar from Philosophy. This is like a face lotion. This, I think, came in like some kind of like sample pack, or like a... You know those value packs that you can get around Christmas time, where they have like just different samples of different, you know, Hope in the Jar, and then there's this other face cream, and then there's this, you know, cleanser in a pack. This came in a pack like that. It was good. I enjoyed it. Would it be like a repurchase? Probably not. I mean, it was really moisturizing and all, and I liked it, but I don't know. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be unscented. I don't know, but it kind of smelled like it had that unscented lotion smell, if you know what I mean. Like, it says unscented, but it still has a smell of like an unscented. It just wasn't my favorite. It's slightly plasticky. I don't know if it took on that scent of the jar. I mean, overall, I liked it. If I got it again in like a value pack around the holidays, I would enjoy it, but I wouldn't just seek out to get this in like a full size, but it was good. So that was my Wax Melt Empties plus a few little extras from the past probably like around 2 weeks. So I will save up my next bundle of empties and share that with you guys again, probably like, I don't know, early to mid-February maybe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.